happens. First, and we're going to take a VSL, a video sales letter, as our example here. So first is the hook. Any ad has a hook. That's the first few seconds of it. And this is where we capture their attention and we frame the message, okay? And we frame the message by giving it a theme or a premise, and that's going to be the problem. So every type of hook should talk about, in some way, should allude to or directly state the problem. If you're selling some kind of a knee pain product, a back pain product, whatever, that problem should be there in the hook. So people with back pain, etc. It should call out that problem. And this is how the problem enters the surface level awareness. So it becomes real, and if you do a good enough job, you'll capture their attention and keep watching. Then we get to the lead. So we take that attention, and now we're going to convert it into engagement. We want them to be engaged with the video, and that means they care about what we're saying. They have an outcome that they want. So they want to watch the video to get an answer to a certain question, how to solve the problem. And in the lead, the negative emotions that are associated with realizing their problem, this is going to create a need for a solution. All right, so we're taking that attention, that spike of attention in the hook, and we're going to add, we're going to dimensionalize it. We're going to make it real for them. So what does this actually mean? What does this problem mean? How does this show up in the day-to-day life? This creates those negative emotions, that tension and stress that naturally the mind will want to resolve. So it creates an open loop that you want to resolve by having a solution to that problem. So some keys here is that you want to make it real and vivid and simple. You want to make it very simple. So, back pain, what does that actually mean? What is it preventing you from doing in your life? What are the common solutions that are prescribed for it? What are the doctors saying? What is the internet saying? Because it's not working for people, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't still have the problem. So they want you to validate that fact that it's not, whatever they're trying, whatever they're told is not working. And there's something else that they need to try, something new. And what this is going to do is create a curiosity and a desire for a solution, because the mind does not like to just have a problem that it's dealing with and not have a solution. That creates an open loop, and subconsciously it needs a solution. It's going to be searching for it. So if you can take that natural desire for a solution and use it to funnel them deeper into the VSL, it's going to work very well. So now we have the problem mechanism. So we captured their attention, we turned it into a real interest in solving the problem. Now how are we going to do that? We want to explain to them how the problem works. So the problem mechanism, the purpose of it, and the problem mechanism is the real root cause. It's the mechanism behind the problem. So why do you have back pain? It's because your spinal discs are compressed. Why do you have knee pain? It's because your cartilage is wearing out. It's the root cause of the problem. And this breaks their skepticism and it suspends disbelief. And the way that it does that is because they've never heard it before. So when we get that new information, it creates a new possibility, because this is kind of what goes on in the mind, the subconscious mind. I couldn't solve my problem because I was taking the wrong approach. I was trying to solve the wrong root cause, right? Whatever the mainstream advice was, and it didn't work. Now I've discovered a new root cause. I have a new chance to solve it, because now I can solve this new problem, this new root cause of the problem. Maybe I can solve my problem itself in general. And this is how we suspend that disbelief, and we take them down the educational path that we want to go down, where we provide our information, we're in our frame, because they left their information at the side. Another important part of that, before we introduce the problem mechanism, is we want to say, here are the other solutions, right? For back pain, it's the chiropractic, the physical therapy, whatever it is. It didn't work. It doesn't work for the people, or otherwise they wouldn't be watching the video. They wouldn't have the problem. So it didn't work for them. And now they're going to be like, well, if that didn't work for me, there must be something else that can. So that's why they're suspending their disbelief. They're in new territory. Now we introduce the solution mechanism. This is their out. This is their, for the skeptical part of their mind, is the out, which means that they can suspend their disbelief of a solution, because one, it's a new root cause of the problem, and it's a new way to address that root cause that they've never heard of. So because the problem mechanism is new, there's no context to create doubt. They can't say, oh, because of this, because I've heard this about this problem mechanism. No, they've never heard about the problem mechanism before in general. So whatever solution you present is going to be accepted. An example of that is when gut health was becoming a big thing in the early 2000s. Nobody had heard of the bad gut microbiome, right? The mass market had not heard of that. So when the probiotics were presented as a solution, there's no alternative that they say, oh, but this people say this, or this product says this. It's the only thing, because this is a new root cause of the problem. Your digestive problems are because of your bacteria in your gut. So the solution mechanism is also new. And now we build the desire. So this is the final step, where we're going to convert all of this new beliefs, new state of mind, into an actual desire to buy the product. We do this through benefits and promises on a tactical level. Benefits are what you get, the good things you get when you use the product. So for example, for a back pain thing, the benefits are that it works fast. It reduces pain in the short term. It lets you move more and do more things. It eliminates the pain in the long term. It solves the root cause of the problem. And the promises are kind of a chain of events. So you have your problem, you use the product. The promise is that over time, whatever the time frame is, a month, 2 months, your problem is going to be lessened or gone, and you're going to be able to live life more fully. You're going to live without pain. So less bad, more good. That's the promise. And it's like an if-then statement. If you use this product, then you'll get this promise. Take that new belief, right? The new belief is the root cause of the problem, the new solution to that root cause. We take the desire for a solution that comes from agitating the problem, and we channel it all onto our product. We help them visualize the dream outcome. So this is part of the promise. We give them lots of benefits of how the product works, why it's good. And we want them to see how easy, affordable, effective, proven the solution is. And then we take all of that, we give them a clear call to action. If you want all of this, click here, buy the product now. And of course, you use scarcity and urgency, whatever you can apply in your business to get them to take action at a higher rate. And tell them exactly what to do. Be very clear with your CTA. So this is generally how the flow works on a subconscious, on a psychology level. And this will help, all the VSL breakdowns that I do, the more tactical copywriting things that I share make more sense because you understand what is happening psychologically. This is the basis of everything. This is the root that we build off of. And this is why once you understand this, you can write VSLs, advertorials, UGC ads, webinars, long form sales letters, because it's all following this path. And then just to wrap it up, the ultimate goal of direct response marketing is to get an immediate response, specifically a sale, just using our ad and our funnel. So we want the response now. We want to spend money to acquire the customer and we want them to buy. So we want to spend money to show them the ad and we want them to buy. And we do this by taking them through those states of mind that I shared, problem, agitation, suspense of disbelief, hope for a solution, desire, and then action. And then we also educate them and provide new information. So it's not just emotional. We're explaining, why did the old solutions not work? What is the real root cause? Why does this solve the real root cause? How was the product created? How does the product work? How will it benefit you? How can you get it? Give them everything. And then we create a new state of mind plus new information, and that creates a new action, which in this case is a sale of the product. And we build desire while also building belief. Those are two separate things that I mentioned. The desire is the emotional side. The belief is the logical or informational side. Okay, and that's pretty much it.